Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Today we are going to explore how to use chord blocks inside Prism. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are inside the AUM. We create a MIDI channel and also an audio channel. We load Prism MIDI Sequencer as a MIDI processor. Okay, so this time we are going to use Mega Lit from Bliss, which is really an amazing app. So we connect the two and we get Prism to work only on channel number 1 for this instance of Bliss Mega Lit. So let's open it up. Let's choose a preset like so, which sounds like this. We go to General and we decrease a little bit the volume. Okay, so let's go back to Prism. Let's expand it. Let's click on New Song and then Tonal Track. Okay, so here we are. So we have seen already how to use chords, and today we are going to have a look how to use different type of chords. Now, if you click here and hold, you have access to this screen where you have an option here called chord blocks. You can enable it, and as you do so, you have a new screen which looks like this. Now, you can see here we have 2 pages instead of 3. So we are on the page here selected at the bottom. If you click on it again, you go back to the default page where you actually play notes on the pad. You click on it again and you get to this new page which is for chord blocks. Now, you can see here starting from C, D, E, F. I actually moved up. You can transpose up and down by semitone, like so. And when you click on a pad, you see the chord formed. Okay? By the way, there is another way to get to this view. You click here on Sequence Transformation, click on it again, and here you have the option to select chord blocks. Okay? So let's go back here to the Note keypad. So you click on a pad and it plays chord. You can see C, different octave, and then N, E, and a G. And then you have similar for starting from D, E, F, and so on. Okay, so that is for 1 octave. Now, this is a group of chords, which, if you like, this group is defined by selecting this pad here. You can go to the second group here, which have the same. Third group and fourth group. So that is useful to know because you can create multiple groups of different chords. Remember, you can select the key here. If you click on Hue, root C and mode major. So we leave it there for now. Okay, so you might be thinking, why, what's so special? Well, let me show you straight away. So let's click and hold here and change to 4 bars. And we make, we leave the length actually to 1/4. So we start with F and we create 4, we play 4 times the chord. The same for E, D, and A. Okay, let's play. So nice and simple chord progression, right? So let me show you the power of chord blocks now. Let's start with F and let's select it. You have this button here. If you click on it, it will say remixed interval. And now you can see that the chord is changed here. It's been remixed. You can, of course, preview it. You can click on it again. Click on it again, and you can see now we're starting from A, and look here, it has changed as well. So whatever you used in the pattern, it will actually change as well. And that's the difference than using normal chords. So let's play. And by the way, you can click on these to mix the interval as you're playing as well, which is a nice way to experiment. So it's quite nice actually to have the ability to experiment changing or mixing the intervals of your chord in terms of notes on the fly. Now this button here allows you to restore. It says restore block. Okay, and that is useful as well. Now let's go a little bit further. So first of all, here you can change the velocity, as you can see. Next, if you click and hold, you see access to, and let me click here where you see this lock button. And when you click on the lock button, it stays on this screen, and then you can click on it again to go back to the previous screen. So, but you have to hold on a chord to make that screen visible where you can press on the lock. There you go. So you can access this screen, okay, where you can still go up and down in terms of the chord. You can still remix the intervals and restore as well. But additionally, below here, it shows you the composition of the chord, okay? You can see notes below and also the octave position above. So if I press A here, it shows me only that A note because there is only one on octave frame. If I press, for example, F here, it will show me the F note, and I highlighted that it is on octave 1 and 3 as well. So that is very useful. So now I could click on 4 and it will add an F on actually position or octave 4. And if I press on F here again, and then again, you can see then I have octave 1, 3 and 4. And I can, for example, click and hold on 4 to remove actually that note that I've added. Now the beauty is that, of course, if I add a note, so press A again, it highlights on octave 3. Let's add 4 as well. And now let's click play. So it has changed the chord everywhere where that chord is being used. So that is really, really handy. Another way to delete that note is, of course, when you select it, press on delete. Be careful because if you press on delete again, it will delete the entire chord as well. There is a function here to preview the chord. You click and to play it and click again to disable it. So straightforward. You have also this option here, which when you click on it, it allows you to see the chords that you press. So you can see up to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you can press on 1 to bring it here in focus in terms of making the changes. So that's very useful. And then changes, I mean, in terms of up and down and remixing the intervals. And of course, click on it to exit that particular mode. So this is actually quite handy. Again, press on the lock button to exit a particular view. Now, if you click and hold on a chord, you have access to this view where you can make change on the fly as well, which is the same view, but you have to hold it to stay there, because as soon as you press or you let go the chord, of course, that screen will disappear. That is why you have the lock button. The reason I'm highlighting this is because you see this icon here, click on it and you disable it. So now if you press and hold on the chord, that edit screen doesn't appear. So you have to activate here again. And there it is. You also have this icon here. So let me show you what this does. I'm going to play the chord progression and the pattern, and then I'm going to press on some chords as the pattern is being played. Oops. So you can hear that chords are being played here on the pad as the pattern is actually being played. click on this icon here and now do the same. So the chords are now not being played. So that is actually very useful. Now, something else as well. If you click and hold on a chord, okay, here, you go on the user screen, okay, which we have seen to edit that chord. Let's say that now I added this D note here, which I can also click to remove it, but let's click D. Let go. Now, although they're chord blocks, I have changed only this instance, right? Not the other three. Okay, so that is no universal to change it like that. So that change is relative only to that step when I have that chord, although it is a chord blocks. And let me show you. So as you can hear, the changes happened only on the first chord. So that is something else also to remember. Okay, so click and hold again, and let's remove that note. So we go back to the beginning. Okay, now before we close the tutorial, let's play with some magic. So we duplicate this instance of Bliss Megalith. We connect it to Prism again, but only on channel number 2. I'm going to give you a preview of an upcoming tutorial. We click here on the preset, click hold, arpeggiato and bass. We select arp wave. We exit here. We go to general, decrease a little bit the volume. Then we go back to Prism here. We go to the second track, select tonal track again. Now, we go to fuse here. We click melt, and we click and hold on the first track as a source. Okay, for notes. We go back to the sequencer. We click here again, right? And here you have access to notes which will be played. I will explain these in upcoming tutorials. So click and hold here. Get you to 4 bars as per first track. We change here the length perhaps to half. Oops, there you go. Half, and let's get you to play the first and the second notes of the chords which are being played. So, like so, right? And the second here. Right, now let's click play and let's have a bit of magic. And why not? Why it is playing? Let's add very quickly a drum track. So easy to do. So you can see how easy it is and how quick it is to create actually your beat. So 4 bars beat here with a nice set of chords, which I used chord blocks for these, but I also have given you a preview how to use the mount function and therefore how to create a bass track which is driven by the chords in the first track. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, see you next time. Bye.